for this moment. Also, I would like to join Kristina and Asta and Julija, and also Rima, please stay with us. I would like just to roll up a short discussion and couple of questions which came already during your presentations via chat, and also a couple of questions from my side. And also questions will be not only for you, but also for other participants and also BUP members and even BUP office, as we are in discussions. What should we take out of these messages? It's also important. So first of all, my question. In each presentation, you were mentioning sustainability as the topic, as the subject. Shortly, in couple of questions, each member from each alliance, do you think what is importance of sustainability context in the future university? Is it the horizontal topic which will cover different disciplines, or is it a background foundation for the future study and research development? What do you think about it? Let's do the way you made presentations. Julija, could you tell us your opinion?
Well, I'm sorry, I have misheard the second part of your question. But regarding the sustainability, you mean the sustainability of in terms of overall European context, right? No?
You was mentioning sustainability as the one of priorities and important things in the building process of your alliance of future European university. How it's important and where you see sustainability in the
I think, yeah. As I mentioned, I see the sustainability in sustaining and maintaining the connections which were established by the alliances. And this applies not only to ARCUS, not only to a particular alliance. I believe this is something to be maintained as the new structures within the higher European higher education environment. Because as I think all the alliances already have seen, the synergy of universities raise an extensive potential and have an extensive impact on the higher education area. So I think that the primary thing which I put into the words sustainability in this case is to maintain those links and connections created by the alliances throughout the long period of time, and maintaining those groups of universities as single actors of the higher education market, which will allow, in my opinion, for European universities, for European higher education area to compete globally and have a huge global presence within the higher education market.
Thank you, Julija. What is the meaning of sustainability for the AQ? Kristina, Asta, I don't know who wants to answer.
We're also talking about the scalability of the concept that we are proposing for this university, this type of learning pathways, this type of methods that we use for learning. So scalability of the concept, the new European university. And if we talk about sustainability, as sustainability is also a core of our university. As I said in my presentation, the Sustainable Development Goal 11 is selected as a core goal that we work, all of our challenges, all our micro modules are around this goal. But in the future, of course, we will scale it to other goals.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. And Rima, what about the coastal sustainability?
Let's say our sustainability strategy creating on 5 main pillars, and the 6th pillar is the environmental sustainability, and we think about legal entity, governance, educational office, joint educational office, research, financial sustainability. We try to cover everything because we need EU-CONEXUS as one university. At the same time, we try to remain the autonomy of partners. So we will be joined in smart urban coastal sustainability topic on this topic. Yeah.
Thank you.
How it will work, we will see, but we are optimistic on it.
Okay, thank you for your answer. Also, we have one question. I will not give it just to every one of you, but if you want to answer, just please raise a hand and show me. The question is quite complicated and needs discussion. What makes the EQ and Arcus and the
EU-CONEXUS?
EU-CONEXUS, yes, for me it's Coastal Sustainability Alliance, which is more easy to remember. What makes these university alliances unique compared to how universities otherwise work? So in other words, we have the development of European universities by itself, because we are the time is going on and everything, we are in evolution every time. So could these benefits which we are speaking about could be achieved without alliances, and are these alliances irreplaceable in this context? What do you think? What would happen if we wouldn't have the alliances and this initiative?
Okay, I can try to answer. Okay, we feel that we are very specific, and it was even announced by European Commission representatives. Yes, and the next alliance, the CEU, yes, they have also some similarities with us, but we are based on the developing of blue economy, blue growth. You know, this is our specifics. Of course, as coastal urbanized areas, we also think about other aspects such as energy efficiency, clean transport, public transport, residential buildings, and that's etc. Everything what could reduce impact on climate. Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, and the question is, are you able to achieve these findings and these results without alliance? And maybe I can turn question other side. Which achievements would not be achieved without the participation in alliances?
Yeah, Rima, if
yeah, shall you answer?
Yes, Julija, please.
Okay.
Please, Julija.
yeah, I would just well talk from two perspectives. The first, addressing to what we wouldn't have ever done without the alliances, and at least at Arcus case, we would never come to mapping our research. That's for sure. That was the thing which we did within all partner institutions, which we would never sit down and come through, because that's a huge deal. That's a lot of data to be analyzed. That's a lot of researchers to be tracked down in publications and so on. And that was really the thing which all partners agree, that mapping the science and finding the excellence areas in research is something not usual and not so straightforward to do for the universities. So that's for the applicable part. But the second thing I would like to address is maybe regarding to the another part of your question, which you announced first. I think that what is unsubstitutional indeed within the alliances, all the alliances, not only ARCUS or IC or CONEXUS, but all the alliances, is the philosophy which came to the higher education area, that universities are rather collaborators, but not competitors. And I think this is something which stands really uniquely in all the European university initiative, making universities aware that you don't have to, compete in your region or in your expertise area or in some particular fields. You just can rather go join your forces together and achieve some fundamental changes within higher education, within research. I think this is very valuable in the all European context.
And me, okay, Asta, Kristina, do you have something to add?
So I saw that Rima was raising her hand, but
okay.
I would like to, if I may continue. So I think that what Julija mentioned, so it's really, really important, but also I would like to mention the role of the student in a new way and in a new society, because we need to have a nice platform or a real platform where we can collaborate all together. So it means that we are changing and our study process is changing a lot. So I think that students and also the social partners become a really, really strong force to have an impactful study process and to make an impact for the society at large. So I think that the question before that you have raised, Visvaldas, is really important for all universities and all over the world. So we have to follow the agenda of the sustainability 2030 in order just to have a different impact from the universities and from the graduates who will go to the society to make that impact or to do it in a real life.
And also I will add, if we talk about sustainable development goals, about the challenges that facing the world, it's not possible to solve them alone. It's not possible to solve for the university, for the country. You have to collaborate, and the universities are the front runners who collaborate, who shows the example. So I think that's a very good case in Europe, in Europe education area.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. And Rima, also, please add your...
I really support your opinion and I think in the same way. But what I noticed during my long life is that sometimes all kind of transformations or all kind of changes, it is easier to do through projects. Why I say so? I remember our gender equality, Baltic Gender project, Horizon 2020, about the developing of gender equality plan in the Klaipeda University, just for two, so for institute and our faculty, let's say, divisions that are involved in marine science and technology. And I was wondering how it was easy to get improvement by our Senate, by our boards, by everything, because it is project, But then after it, we established a new system, and we have to work within that system. Yeah, it is sometimes easy to accumulate our expertise. Money, of course, very important. Yeah, I like this way of changes.
Thank you, Rima. Also, the questions from Marta from SGH. It's Szkoła Główna Handlowa, I guess. It's from Warsaw.
Yes, it is. Yes, you're right. Thank you.
So greetings to you, because I just spent some time of internship many years ago.
Oh, I'm happy to hear that. Greetings from Warsaw.
Yeah. So couple of questions, very practical, because Marta wants to tell that they want to apply in the next period. And two questions: how long does it take to prepare such a project, on how many people are involved in universities? Also shortly.
So I can start with our case. We started discussion in 2018 in April. There was when we heard the Macron's idea, what the European Commission talks. So we started in that time. So and we had to submit the proposal in 2019 in February. So it's about a year. But full discussions, everyday discussions, maybe a half of the year. And I would recommend to include, of course, students to this discussion, because they are one of the main stakeholders in this model, in this concept. And we had a writing team, and each writing team member had a team at its university. So it's a huge community for writing the proposal.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of discussions, events. We talked with stakeholders, with students, with businesses, our concept. So that was really a big community.
Okay. For others, how long does it take?
For us, it takes shortly because we were invited by EU-CONEXUS team that were already working on the proposal. They looked for let's say, a university near the Baltic Sea, and we fit well for it. And personally, I was included, the first person which was included in the proposal writing list. It was me, and of course, I managed our proposal, our offer to EU-CONEXUS developing, and yes, it was quite interesting, but it didn't take 2 years. Yeah.
And Julija, how long does it take to discuss an Arcus group?
First off, I apologize because I wasn't the one who wrote the proposal. I came a bit later to the project. However, our alliance was planned even before the call for alliances has been appeared. Actually, because we hosted Emmanuel Macron at Vilnius University discussing the concept of European university initiatives. And when you write before the call, very much prior to the call, that it's gonna be here and that we are going to be able to establish alliances. So for us, it was a bit maybe more time for preparation, more time to get familiar with our partners. But speaking of the numbers of people, I believe it's pretty much the same amount of efforts the staff members put into the call. I believe in Vilnius University, there was a group of 20 people, if I'm not mistaken, working, and it was similar like in every of 7 universities, each contributing to a particular work package according to the level of professionalism, and each partner making sure that they include their vision into the overall call.
Okay, thank you. And the next part of the question, the presentations will be actually shared with us after the meeting. So the question to Pontus, and I guess that not only the presentations, but our meeting is being recorded and will be available for the a possibility to view again the presentations and to come back. So you will have access to the information which was provided here today.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. I
You
really
are
enjoyed
welcome.
it. Yes, thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. And the last question and very short wrap up. And I would like just at this point to leave alliances and to discuss shortly with Madeleine, the director of BUP. Definitely, we are also the network. Baltic University Program is quite old and big network of universities, and our mission may be at this point not to change or develop European university system or structure, but in other hands, we are working as a bridge, as a connection. And the uniqueness of our Baltic University Program is that we are connecting not only universities from European Union, which is quite popular to have the projects, networks, and so on in EU, because there are funds and there are structure and so on, but also we are connecting the Eastern Partnership, the Ukraine, Belarus, Russia, and so on. And when the European universities sign the changes process, so there is happening a gap, and maybe Baltic University Program could be a bridge which is able to transfer the messages, what is going on, and provide the latest information, also to keep our Eastern partners updated. Anyway, we still everyone are living in the same Baltic Sea region and then in the same Europe. And the idea of Baltic University Program is to share the ideas of democracy, sustainability, and then changes and availability to create our future by ourselves. And at this point, I'm also very happy that Lithuanians, which are very close to Belarusian border, let's say from Vilnius to Minsk is 80 kilometers, just 1.5 hours by car, so it's almost nothing. But the huge changes are, in one hand, small, new European country is able to participate as old European universities together create the future and so on. So these possibilities, the message of possibilities also maybe should be transparent. And what do you think, Madeleine, about a role of BUP in this changing world of European universities?
Yes, of course. Of course, we could have maybe a more, what would you say, more clear and active role is what you're saying, absolutely. And I think that I was really glad to have listened to these presentations and got some, also have taken notes here and got some ideas, maybe how we could try to maybe work in other ways than we haven't really tried before. So yes, I'm really, really glad if we could maybe start a kind of discussion to come up with concrete ideas on how we could really go more towards this kind of more, let's say, what should you say, more close cooperations with as you work, because you worked in so much diverse areas in these alliances. I was really surprised to see that it was so much, so different kinds of cooperations. I was a little bit surprised, and I think that we could have really much to learn from that. We have our target groups. It has been since 30 years back. It has been students, PhD students, researchers, and teachers. And now we also, and rectors at the universities. And we have so far been working more with, let's say, special diverse activities targeting these groups, but in their, it has been divided groups, make more like a kind of general program. I think that could maybe be some way of thinking a little bit more big for the future. Yes, that's my reflection for this. Yes, And of course, as you say, Visvaldas, really to come closer with the ones with outside the European Union to really more, how could we really more cooperate in practice and have more involvement in corporations and so far. Yes, we need to, we have a lots of things to do and develop, absolutely.
Thank you.
As we have just been starting to establish research networks within the program, it has been very much about education-oriented activities so far, I would say. So I think we have very much to develop in future.
Thank you, Madeleine. And also Rima wants to add something.
I have one question to Madeleine. Could EU-CONEXUS become a DUP member?
Aha, you as an alliance.
Should be a legal entity or what?
Yes, that could be something to think about. Yeah. I had also one question to all of you, because now you are working, you have your university that are included in the alliance, but are you open to also cooperate with other universities that could be part of the alliance somehow, maybe in some parts or so? How does it look like? Or is it very closed alliances?
No. It is not really closed. We are open, of course, and we keep our activities that I'm not very much involved in, let's say, smart urban coastal sustainability. Yeah, not all I'm involved. It's impossible.
Yeah, I think the main message from European Commission is that we should not be closed.
No.
So the main message from them.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're also thinking about expansion of our, but we choose global regions. For it, yes, it could be Eastern Europe, it could be, might be Latin America, something like it. What is when we get some strength in it? Might be I am talking to not understandably. Yeah.
Actually, what was, yeah, it's okay. What also I got the idea about that there is no possibilities to handle the borders between countries, between universities, these formal requirements, formal programs, formal diplomas and formal certificates has no future. The skills, the knowledge, multidisciplinary issues, new models of learning, new models of building of programs, completely new approach. I guess that only one chance for us to compete with Asian or North American universities, and there is no more space for the local competition, because just we're not able to compete in the world level with the competition inside the local field. Anyone wants to add something? That's final words.
Yeah, I very quickly want to thank you, BUP, for inviting us, for letting us share the experience of our alliances and meet each other, which we actually have to do more, I believe. And thank you for your excellent event, for your warm welcome. And I look forward to see you in future, maybe in cooperations.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. I think it was really interesting, and we would like to keep in touch with you. We have lots of learn from your alliances. And I think it was really, really good, this expression that we are collaborators, we are not competition. We need to stress that more, I think. And that could be something that maybe we could use in the Baltic University program to promote somehow, how to really have this kind of approach in our work. I think that is really, really useful for the future.
And I would like to thank, first of all, I would like to thank all 3 universities from Lithuania, Vilnius, Kaunas, Klaipeda, for show up in BUP events. So we showed in all we have here. So all 3 members are here participating actively, and this example of cooperation was just made me very happy. I also thanks for Pontus for organizing everything, for dissemination of information and technical management. He was the person who was standing and keeping all process in the hands. And definitely BUP symposium is coming and the BUP events also. So invitation from BUP Lithuania for Kaunas, Vilnius, Klaipeda, please aware and participate in BUP events very actively. And yes, see you soon, definitely, somewhere.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Visvaldas, for
Very
hosting
nice.
us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Stay
Keep in
safe and
touch.
healthy. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.